Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just enjoying the view right now along a little pond right here. It's a rainy day, and I just thought I can just chill out here, catch the sunset. But obviously, it's raining, and there's nothing else to do. So I'm just gonna be bumming around and doing another review. What's up, guys? So another review on this fan that I just purchased for a client. I'll be installing this fan for another friend of mine in upstate New York, and it just arrived. So I just wanted to do a quick box and how to tell you how to install it. There's instructions on how to do it, but I'll show you the way I did it. So this is an installation for a Ford Transit, the 2020, so it's a newer model. The roof, if you have to check out, you have to go on top of your roof, make sure it's not ribbed in the area that you want it. It's flat because you're going to actually be cutting a square around that area. And then when you cut that square, there's different tools you can use. You can use a jigsaw with a metal blade. You can use a metal disc, cutoff wheel. I actually did, and I will be installing it with a metal disc cutoff wheel that I'm just going to attach to a circular saw. The blade itself is only like $6, and you can attach it to any 10-inch circular blade, or even if you have the smaller ones, the battery operated ones, you can also attach it. It's going to save you some money. I know these van builds are quite expensive, and if you're just doing a DIY and you're just doing a one-time thing, then you could just get one of those discs that you can attach to your circular saw, and then you can use that to cut off the part where you need to insert the fan. So when you open the box, you saw the previous video of the opening itself, and I'll explain what actually each component is and which parts are, more critical than others. But I think everything is critical once you put a hole in your roof. And then, I was a little skeptical, but I've been in the trade for so long that I was really comfortable in cutting a hole in the roof. So that's why I wanted to make a video for people that are not used to it or don't know what they're going to be expecting when they get this fan in the mail. I purchased this off of Amazon, obviously. I got the 5100K, so it doesn't have the remote, and I'll show you some features that it comes with. So when you open the box, it actually comes with instructions on how to install it. You can get an optional installation kit depending on what vehicle you have. I know the Dodge, they have the ribs in it, so I would recommend getting the installation kit for that, because when you're adhering the gasket to the top of your roof, some roofs are ribbed, so they're going to have like ripples, little channels in it where water can infiltrate and make the leakage happen. So I didn't do that because I was very lucky that this roof is actually flat and the ribs are actually away from where the area that I wanted. I did a 14 by 14 inch hole, and then that area itself was flat, and I was very lucky. So I was able to use butyl tape, and I put a rim of butyl tape around there. And then I put this gasket on there. So when you install this gasket, there's two metal tabs on each side, one on the left side and one on the right side. You just want to make sure that's also left side, right side of your vehicle. Don't install it like this, but install it like this. So this is the right side, passenger side, or driver's side. So you want to make sure these tabs are actually installed there. So this is the gasket. This is the outside frame that goes on top of the roof. So once you cut the roof of your vehicle, you would put this and insert it inside the hole in the opening on the outside of the vehicle. Like I said, make sure these tabs are pointing left and then right. So when you put this in there, I actually have butyl tape that I installed all around this rim right here, this inside gasket. I made my own gasket with butyl tape. I got extra thick butyl tape, and then once I adhered that, I took the screws that came with it. The screws are stainless steel, so you won't have to worry about erosion or corrosion, I should say. And then I put lap seal. You can buy lap seal in the caulk gun, and I recommend just 1 bottle of lap seal. Of lap seal, I would actually put all the holes, adhere it, make sure you're doing cross patterns so this fits nice against the flat of your top of your roof. And then you would take the butyl, not the butyl, but you would take the lap seal and just put it on every top of the screw heads and just fill it up and just let it ooze up. You know, you're going to actually put so much of this lap seal that you're going to overlap this area about, I would say, a ½ inch to an inch, and that's fine. The lap seal is going to self-seal itself, so you won't have to play around it. You just caulk as much as you can along this rim on top of the and then also the top of the heads of the screws. So you're just gonna like glue it on as much as you can. Whatever you have left over, you want to just build a channel up and all the way up to the inside lip here, right there. So that's where you want to build the lap seal. So pretty much everything is going to be gunked up, and it's fine because it's going to self-level itself out, and it's going to be a very great way of preventing water from coming in. Concentrate on the edges right here too. So once you get this butyl, the butyl inside this rim, and then when you fasten it to the outside of the roof of your vehicle, it's going to squeeze. Especially when you're using your screws, you're going to screw along there. It's going to squeeze that butyl tape, and then whatever gap that you have remaining, just put so much of that flat seal on there, and it's just going to ooze right in there. It's going to flatten it out. It's going to make a mess if you touch it, but don't touch it because you could just let it go and let it run, and it's going to find its way to level it out. And I would use the whole caulk. I know it's like one of those cartridges are about like $12, but it's so worth it. You do not want any water to come in through this opening. And once you're done with that, this is going to be sitting on your roof. And then once you're up there, you can also put your fan unit actually in there too. So like I said, those metal tabs are going to be on the left side and right side of your vehicle. So then your fan is going to be facing this way. So you're going to see the MaxxAir logo, MaxxFan logo on this side too. That's going to go right into there. So you want, once you do that, you got to make sure the wires and everything fall through to the hole right here. And then you're going to just insert it right in there. And once you insert it in there, it fit right in there and it'll lock in. And then you're going to take these 4 other machine screws that actually come in here that came with the kit, and you're just going to screw that in. In order to get that, you actually have to pop this open a little bit. So once you pop it open, you'll be able to access that screw head. And then you're just going to put the screws right in these 2 metal tabs, one here, one there. And then you're going to also have one here, one there. And this is also a great way, if you need to take the fan off, you would just do the opposite. You just take these 4 screws. It's only 4 screws that's actually holding the unit onto the gasket itself. So one here and one here. So this is going to be sitting inside, and then you're just going to put the screws right in there. And then once that's done, you're able to get off the roof and you don't have to come back up. I would do a seasonal check and make sure the gasket, make sure there's no leaks. Make sure if you need to add more lap seal every year, it's okay. Just buy 1 more extra bottle and just take a look at it. You know, you're going to have other holes. I have other holes for my solar panel on top of the roof, so I'm always checking that every year, especially at the end of the winter. So that's the unit, and then that's how you install it. Just put it right in there. Once you get that done, you go inside your van or inside your vehicle, and this is the actual I guess you could say the frame that comes with it, and it also has 4 holes in it too. So this is going to be your left side and your right side. It really doesn't matter which way you want to put it. It's a 14 by 14 square, obviously, so you can put it any way you want it, but I like to keep this left side, and then this is right side too. And then it also comes with flathead painted screw heads that are also white color, so when you do put it up there, it'll match and blend with your roofing tape material. I'll also have a shot of that and how I did that too. But once you do that, you're going to actually, so this is going to be in there right on top of your roof, and then this is the inside insert. Once you put your inside insert in there, it's going to actually fit perfectly in the unit. So they give you extra leg room. You don't need this much material. A trick I did is that I inserted it, and then this much was sticking out, and then I traced a little line and I pulled this whole unit out and I measured from there to there, and then I knew how much material I have to cut off the remaining. So that's what I did. I cut it off, and then I literally cut off maybe a good 3 inches of this, or 2 inches of this material. I didn't need that much because my roofing and my ceiling wasn't that thick, so I was able to cut off a lot and just had a remaining from here to there, maybe 1.5 inches. So I cut a lot off of it, and that's fine. You can just use snips, you can use a razor blade, you can also use a circular saw or jigsaw. I actually use metal tin snips, and I just cut along here. The plastic's not that brittle, so you can actually cut it with tin snips, and that's what I did. I just followed the line and just cut all the way around. And once I did that, I inserted it. Okay, so once you got the measurements right here, then you can just insert it. And once you insert it, just gotta remember, when you put this fan, there's wiring. You gotta be careful not to pinch these wires. I run these wires along the inside of my roof of the van, so it's running like this. And when it runs like that, you would insert this rim right inside there. But once you put it up there, you just gotta make sure you're not pinching those wires. You can actually cut them off if you pinch it too hard. In some cases, you can also even drill a little hole there of where you wanna have these wires come through there. But I didn't. I just, you know, cut enough so the wires wouldn't get caught up in there. And once I did that, I put the 2 screws on each side to adhere to my roofing material inside the van. But these are the wires, so make sure you don't jam this thing right up there to cut these wires off. Just be careful with that. I wish they did something else, but they didn't. So just be aware of that. You could actually cut a little groove right here, and that's where the wires would sit in, and then you can make the wires go around. But I didn't do that. I just, you know, cut a little bit more what I didn't need, so the wires just sit there a little bit better. But you can always cut a little gap right here so you won't pinch these wires. And then computer boards right here too. And that's how you install it. So this is the MaxxFan, and this is the deluxe. So it allows you to have the fan running when it's raining, allow you to have it open when it's raining. And right at the moment, I don't have any issues with the fan. I just installed mine maybe 4 months ago, and I'll be installing this in my friend's vehicle.